going to come first. So the question I would have is, what about fuel for a number of these teams?
Well, Paul, remember during that last stop, we said some crews were taking the gamble that it would go only the 2-hour distance. Now everybody's recalculating because the speed is picked up. They feel they're going to go to the 90 laps that was advertised. And here's what's happened. Bobby Rahal says they have enough to go the distance, enough fuel. His counterpart, Raul Boydell, does not. They feel they will have to go back in a splash and go. For Robbie Gordon, the situation is thus. They feel they've got enough, but his problem is with the throttle sticking. He may have to come in as well. What about your end of the pitch, Gary?
Well, Jack, everybody that we're checking here seems to be in good shape. That group includes Jacques Villeneuve. They say they're right on target. They're delighted with their fuel mileage they're getting thus far. Scott Pruitt's crew says the same. They're good till the end of the race. Also, the Pac West team, Gugelman and Sullivan, okay to the end of the event.
Villeneuve is the leader. There's second place. Mauricio Gugelman, Bobby Rahal third. Scott Pruitt. First three cars are on Goodyear tires. Scott Pruitt is on Firestone. Danny Sullivan runs in fifth place. We watch now the 18 car, the Pac West machine of Mauricio Gugelman. They're trying to stalk down the leader of the race.
There's no more affable driver than Gugelman, accessible to anyone at any time, a terrific guy to be around.
Just think, if the race were to end like this, think how bad that the Pac West guys are going to feel knowing that they actually lost the race in the pits. Not on the racetrack, but in the pits.
Well, take it the other way. How good are Barry Green's guys going to feel that they wanted the pits for Jack?
They're going to feel really good if that's what happens.
And, of course, they'll spread more money around, right?
That's right.
Remember, in this day and age, it isn't just the driver or the driver in the car. It's very much the crew chief that counts. As a tactician, a man who works out the overall strategy as well sometimes. And Barry Green is always mentioned among the superstars in that category. If you race Barry Green, you know you've really got your hands full.
That's a lot of what makes our racing really good, Sam, is the pit stops. That really makes it exciting because it's like you said, teamwork.
Danny Sullivan, a year off didn't hurt him a bit.
Well, he has dropped, of course, from third and a more ambitious positioning on the track, now down to fifth. You wonder about his fitness. He is 44 years old, the second oldest driver in the race. Emerson Fittipaldi, 48. I doubt it. I mean, he's been pouring on the fitness as only he can, exercising, but there's nothing like driving a race car. Danny could conceivably be tiring.
Robbie Gordon just went out and around Eddie Cheever, putting him down a lap. Eddie Cheever runs in 16th place, driving the famous 14 of A.J. Boyd.
We were watching Robbie Gordon a couple of days ago when he was out here running, and we watched his hands. You watch his hands on the steering wheel, but you just saw there how smooth it is. The other day, he was jerking all over the track with the car that he was in, ultimately having some accidents, having some problems. He's really smoothed out during the race. Now, that's what his car owners, that's what his sponsors are looking for. The boy really has a lot of talent. He needs to smooth out a little bit.
And he also, Bobby, needs to win a race.
Danny Sullivan loops it in front of Robbie Gordon. Gordon climbs on the brakes. He gets around him. Danny's going to try to get the car going again. He's got the engine still fired. Jimmy Vasser comes around. Christian Fittipaldi comes around.
These cars don't have a good turning radius, and he's not going to be able to back that thing up.
They got a terrible turning radius. He needs somebody to push him back. He needs those men to come out. Look at him giving him the hand signal. He needs it so desperately. He's done such a good race. And he's losing it right now and losing it bad.
One of the IndyCar safety teams, as well as one of the course marshal members, is there. And they need to get through that fence and get Danny going. Danny Sullivan was running in fifth.
Look at this man is thinking he wants to get through the fence. He needs to do it. He wants to get pushed back. It's almost past tense now because it's going to be too late. Here he comes. You can see the rear wheels lit up. He got her loose, spun it around. But, show you about experience, he's keeping the engine running. Now, while the engine's sitting there, incidentally, it's getting hot because there's no air flowing to it. They'll get hot in a hurry. Now, watch. He's turning to the left as far as he can. But like you said, Paul, they won't turn very far. He's run out of room. He's on the grass. He's against the wall.
All right, now put this one into the strategy. Let's see how fast they can get that car off of the course as we ride with Robbie Gordon, because they've just gone full course yellow. So once again, the time factor may be a factor. Look at that.
Remember when Danny spun in front of Mario Andretti at Indianapolis and went on to win? That anniversary is coming up exactly on its 10th anniversary this year.
That Robbie Gordon did not know which side to go on. Boy, was he trying to make a decision there.
So with a full course yellow out once again, 72 laps or 90 of complete. Might be a 2-hour race as well. We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Back live in Miami, that's Alicio Salazar standing over on the left side of your screen there, looking down on his number 7 car that did this under the full course yellow. Look at the vortice coming off the wing through that smoke. Does that tell you something about downforce?
Oh, man. You know what really is happening there, Paul, is the cylinder head of something breaks and the water is going to the turbocharger, causing all that white smoke.
Nevertheless, it fogged the course up for a bit. We were under full course yellow anyway. It may lengthen that a little bit. 74 laps are complete. And we'll see whether or not this turns out a timed race. Of course, in 2 weeks, Sunday, March 19th, here on ABC Sports, IndyCar action goes down under. The Australian IndyCar Grand Prix. Don't miss our coverage from Surfer's Paradise in 2 weeks, right here on ABC Sports. So the leaders, once again, packed up behind the pace car. 10 cars, all right together there, all fighting for position. As they get Danny Sullivan back underway so he can rejoin this pack, but he'll be well down in the field.
When the race resumes, it's going to be an incredible struggle between the youth of Jacques Villeneuve and the experience of Bobby Rahal, I think, as this thing develops. And I think Rahal may very well get past Guzman and take on Villeneuve.
You don't see Guzman as a factor?
I see him as a factor. I think we're going to see a lot of Bobby Rahal.
Get a full gun, Sam. I disagree with you.
Robbie Gordon went out to make a move, tried to get around Scott Pruitt, battle back in the field. Didn't get it done. Focus is on the front. Gordon, boy, he came way wide off of that corner. On board, Robbie Gordon.
You can see all the fence wavering. That's from the air that the cars are disturbing as they go by. They're not really hitting the wall causing the fence to do that.
And that's a chain link fence.
What the tires are doing. The track is about as slippery as it's going to get. So the Firestone guys and the Goodyear guys are all looking. This Leo Mel himself is here, looking for Goodyear to see how the tires are going to react at the end of the race. Here's one of the best contests I could ever believe for that.
The amazing thing is the challenge of the tire builders. They have to build for a track like this, then a mile speedway like Phoenix, and then they have to build the super speedway tires for Indianapolis, so they have to go 225 and more.
Of course, Scott Pruitt has spent a fairly lonely year testing those tires so they would be ready for this comeback in IndyCar racing.
That testing with no publicity or anything. Everything was deep secret. Wouldn't let anybody see it, know what was going on, and Firestone came out, and they've really done a good job. I'm sure Leo Melvin Goodyear is really watching that today. Once, then Firestone really catch up this quick.
Everybody maintains position. Fittipaldi working at the back of Jimmy Vassar. Villeneuve, Guzman, Rahal, Pruitt, Robbie Gordon, top 5. Then Vassar, Fittipaldi, Brian Herta, Raul Boisel, and Christian Danner rounding out the top 10. Vassar is that target car in front there. The second target car in the line right behind Fittipaldi is Brian Herta.
Herta, remember, injured badly in Toronto last year. This is his first race back. He's had the whole winter to convalesce. It's good to see him racing again, and competitive, too.